SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries Stage Fright. Chapter 19. Did I want to ask Martin Dorado to let my boss sell his Krabby Patties in the Jubilee Theater? Not particularly. Asking Dorado for a favor seemed about as fun as cleaning out a grease trap with your tongue. But when it comes to doing stuff you don't want to do, here's the deal. Like a meal at the turn bucket, it's better to just get it over with. SpongeBob rushed up to Dorado in the aisle, stopping him just before he reached his table in the seats. Mr. Dorado, I know you're incredibly busy, but could I just ask you one quick question, please? The director glared down at SpongeBob, taking a second to remember who he was. Oh, right, my head cleaner. If this is about cleaning the fake snail slime off the stage, I've already made sure it'll sweep up easily. For that matter, I'm not sure whether the number's staying in the show. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to choose a finale worthy of King Neptune's attendance. He started into the row of seats behind his table. SpongeBob stopped him. No, sir, it's not about the fake snail slime. It's actually not a cleaning question. It's a concessions question. Dorado looked slightly bewildered. Concessions? Yes, sir, SpongeBob explained. You see, my boss at the Krusty Krab, that's where I work when I'm not working here at the theater, would love to sell Krabby Patties to your audience members during the show. The director raised his eyebrows in disbelief. Krabby Patties? During the show? Exactly how does he propose to do that? SpongeBob smiled enthusiastically. With vendors hawking the Krabby Patties from trays as they walk up and down the aisles of the theater. Dorado just stared at him. Like at a baseball game? SpongeBob continued, sensing that the director wasn't quite visualizing the beauty of Mr. Krabs' plan. Dorado continued to stare. You know, like this, SpongeBob said, deciding a little demonstration was in order. He mimed holding one hand around a hawker's tray while he cupped his other hand around his mouth. Krabby Patties! He called loudly. Get your nice hot Krabby Patties! I'll take 6, Patrick answered from the stage. Let me get this straight, the director said in a low voice, clipping off each consonant like he was snapping branches off coral. Your boss wants me to let his vendors wander around my theater selling their greasy sandwiches during a performance attended by King Neptune himself. Exactly, SpongeBob said brightly. I know King Neptune will just love Krabby Patties. Vibrating with rage, Dorado was about to kick SpongeBob out of his theater forever when Sandy came to the rescue, running up to whisk her partner away. Come on, SpongeBob, I need you to help me up in the lightning grid. Right now? SpongeBob protested as she dragged him away from the livid director. Yes, right now. Up in the lightning grid above the stage, SpongeBob held on to the rail of the walkway tightly. He was a little nervous being up so high with so little to stand on, just a narrow stretch of metal lattice. Sandy, on the other hand, seemed perfectly calm. Squirrels fearlessly climbed up to the thinnest branches at the very tip-tops of trees, so she wasn't at all worried about walking out onto a pipe to secure heavy stage light. Besides, Sandy was a daredevil. She thrived on taking risks. So, Sandy, SpongeBob stammered, his teeth chattering a little as he looked down at the stage far below. What are we doing way up here exactly? He tightened his safety line around his waist. We're making sure all the stage lights are safely attached to the pipes so none come crashing down onto the stage, Sandy answered. Or worse yet, onto one of the actors. She nimbly skipped along the pipe, stopping to check each light as she made her way across from one side of the stage to the other. Down on the stage, the actors were gathering to resume rehearsing. Each lock should be tightly clamped to a pipe and then double secure with a safety chain, got it? Sure. You know, Sandy, SpongeBob said, still clinging to the rail. I've been thinking, a few days have gone by without anything bad happening at the theater, Maybe that light really did fall by accident. Maybe no one was trying to sabotage the show after all? She looked over at him doubtfully. Really? But what about the costumes? And the props? Those sure don't seem like accidents to me. You're right, but maybe even if those were deliberate attacks, maybe the attacker has changed his or her mind since the news came out about King Neptune attending opening night. SpongeBob suggested. Maybe they decided to let the show go on after all? Maybe, Sandy said, tightening a clamp. But there's always been a rumor that King Neptune would come. I don't see how the official announcement really changes anything, at least for the culprit. In fact, maybe it do just the opposite. Maybe it make the yellow-bellied varmint more determined than ever to stop the show. She pointed to a pipe. Can you shimmy out on that pipe and check the lights attached to it? Which pipe? SpongeBob asked, stalling. That pipe? He pointed at a nearby pipe suspended high above the stage. Yup, that's the one, Sandy confirmed. Okay, Sandy, SpongeBob said, trying to sound calm and casual. You got it. I'll just, climb out onto that thin little pipe. He cautiously reached from the catwalk to the pipe, grabbing it with both hands and then wrapping his legs around it, then slowly scooched across, checking the lights as he went. You okay, SpongeBob? Sandy called to him. Oh yeah, he said. I'm just fine. Woo! The end of the pipe farthest from SpongeBob has suddenly come loose, falling toward the stage, and SpongeBob fell with it. Stay tuned for Chapter 20, coming up soon.